think we are now live. Yes, we are. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Yes, we were talking, but I think when you see what we're going to be talking about, you'll really understand. So, how is everybody? Trina and I just invoke favor upon all of us. May there be nothing missing, nothing broken in your life in any way. And may your light shine, not shine, sign. Think about it. SINE, bright. Because that really is what Brian was saying. Be the frequency you want to be. What is your sign, baby? Hello, Trina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Wayne?
Doing good, doing good.
Yes,
Uh,
shutting off all the beepers. I'm trying to.
well, I get that. I can certainly ought to do the same
Yeah.
on my end. So, welcome everybody. Man, there's just a full house in here. I want to say hello to Mary. We haven't seen you. Congratulations, girl. Did you know that Mary graduated from college? She has her degree in archaeology, I believe. I think. Hello, Merritt. How are you? And there's Kent. Miriam, how are you? Loretta, there's this David Castle, David Barry, all of them. I haven't seen Big Al. Is Big Al in the room?
I don't know.
Gemini Ascension is. How I like that one. That's a cool handle.
Yes.
Robert V. Robert V is in the house and beloved Astrak. Lost in Space. And Wendy Johnson. And Wendy had stormy eyes that flashed at the sound of lies. La la
I,
la. You know who sang that song?
I don't, but I love when you sing. I
Uh,
love it.
ni- 1968, the associations. Wendy. There's Big Al.
Hello.
So, Bree, good to see you. There's just a lot of good people. So,
Mhm.
Trina, lot going on. I have a list of announcements. I know you spoke with Brian's mom, and uh, she sent me the link. And so, allow me, everyone, just to show you because we'll take care of this.
Mhm.
The family in Tennessee is having a memorial service for Brian. It is tonight. If you're in the area, this I've left the link, by the way, everyone. This is the obituary for Brian Jason Barnett. I love that. That's just got a name of
It does.
it does.
Yeah.
This is Churchill, Tennessee. This is again the they're calling it a life celebration, and I like that. You
Yes.
know, funeral services. You know, when you break that word down, Julianne is in the audience. Um, you know, think about it. Funeral.
Uh-huh.
It's
Fun.
FUNE. Yeah, fun,
Uh-huh.
eternal.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
a
Yes.
lot of people don't know that, but and they do have a guest book here. Be respectful, folks, because many of these folks are believe in Christianity, and
Yeah.
so and
Very
remember.
southern Bible Belt.
Yes, I think he attended the Assemblies of God. Is that right? I think at one time.
I don't remember, but
Um,
yeah, they're very involved, so that's good.
Yep, it is. It's great. I mean, it's a solid foundation. Brian's grandma was she made sure that he had a foundation of understanding spiritual things because she saw that in him.
It was
Um,
amazing too, Wayne. Her name is Zelda.
oh,
That's
I
a
love that.
famous video game of a
Yeah,
magical. Yeah, I was like,
warrior princess,
wow,
isn't she?
right.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes, I
So
was like, wow. The sign.
anyway, it is a sign.
It is, I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
So, everyone, tune in. It will be at 6:55 p.m. tonight. You come here. We left the link, and it will take you there. Also, Brenda wanted me to tell everybody that if you want to make a donation in Brian's name to the St. Jude's Hospital.
Mm.
Brian had a very close affinity with the St. Jude's. He had one of his very best friends who was at St. Jude's, if I understand correctly on that. So, yeah.
Wow.
So there you go, everyone. By the way, allow me the last, we will never stop, but I want to show you something because Trina, Brian was a wizard, madam, at gardening. Everyone, this is Brian's garden. This is his work. This is what he did. I mean,
look at it. Look at how beautiful. It's so
I
big.
know.
And his mom said it like doubled overnight.
I'm
And
envious. I mean, look at the green beans.
I know.
Brenda, I want some of
Unbelievable.
these. I
I
mean,
can't imagine. It's
how,
so beautiful, and it's so abundant. It's thriving.
and you know what I really found interesting? It's
What?
very organized. It's very well thought out.
Yeah,
And this is a beautiful, beautiful freaking garden. Look at this. I
I
mean,
know.
our friend Brian, he had the touch. And as I told Brenda, I said, these were obviously a labor of love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is going to be a bountiful harvest, Miss Trina. No
She's
doubt
already
about it.
giving food. She's already giving food to people who need it. It's so amazing.
You know, he is and always shall be a most remarkable individual. He
Yes.
is our brother. He
Yes.
is shining bright.
Yes, he is.
So, um, we have another thing, Trina. Um, this group goes all over the world. Trina, you and I on this show it's continued to gain in its audience, and we are a family. We show it all the time.
Yep.
We have Brian Milky Way to always remind us how we are to act in love. Brian was about love, his compassion of the, I would say, hundreds and hundreds of letters, emails, comments. Everyone was touched by Brian. He left indelibly the mark that this is the standard we all need to reach.
Yeah.
And that is the standard: love one another unconditionally. So, and I'll share this. I get a lot of emails from people who are dying. We seem to have created a portal, as I wrote earlier in the chat room in the comments, a portal of departure. And go ahead, hon.
We're the transition team.
I do believe that. I absolutely do believe that. And by the way, it's Hawaiian Shirt Day for everybody. I just want to let you know. So if you didn't get the memo, get the memo. Every time I hear that, I think of the movie Office Space. You know, yeah.
Yeah, you look awesome, Wayne. I love it.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Rocking the Hawaiian Day. Love it.
We have created a portal for departure, and folks, I read some emails that I just got to go sometimes and just get a hug from Lynn because they're very emotional. They're written, and as an empath, that carries an energy. You pick up on it, as you know, Trina.
Yes.
Yeah.
I received one this week too, Wayne, and it was about how she literally thought she was losing her mind from the ascension symptoms and the awakening, and she literally thought she was losing her mind. And she said that we saved her life because when we were all experiencing the same things, that she knew that she was okay. And she said it was from Australia. So she's like, you guys helped me put myself back together. She goes, because I was questioning everything, my own sanity. She's like, everything. And she's like, thank you. You have no idea. So it's these talks and these topics and this room for growth and exploration, it is going to get us to places we can't imagine.
and the channels are opening up.
Yeah.
So let me pull her picture up, because I told her she will not depart this earth alone.
Yeah.
Folks, this is Carla. Carla lives, I think it's in the Netherlands. Don't
Yeah.
quote me. I believe it's because they speak Dutch there, yes. Because she told me Steiger means docking, a captain that's docking something. That's what
Wow.
it means in Dutch.
Wow.
Um, this is a beautiful, beautiful soul. And I'm not going to share her whole story, but I want to say this. She came in and endured pain that few humans as a child endures. I don't think she would be at all opposed for me to tell you that she was raped at a very early age, a child, I think 5 or 6 years old, um, by a family member. I'll leave it at that. And her spirit was broken. What she had to endure left her, as she entered adulthood, a broken soul.
Yeah.
And that journey continued that way. Um, Carla, in as I understand in Holland, I believe that you can choose your own departure date. And she has endured enough pain. She is sick. And the inevitability is the inevitability, and she knows that. And the email that I read today, she said, and it's all this group, she found her authority. She was able to rebuild her spirit once again to the warrior that she truly is. And she found it within herself to say no. And she will be departing our plane tomorrow, the 8th. And I told Carla that no soul will ever leave here alone. The soul tribe surrounds
Yes. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
each one of us. So, again, heavy emotions here. And
Wayne, when you were talking, I literally saw her body transform into like an angelic warrior. I
oh,
literally
yeah,
saw it.
yeah,
Was so beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
the love.
we wish her well. We wish her a safe passage. As I told her, we will surround her with a spear of protection, of favor, and of love, and it will abide with her through the transition process. I asked Brian
Absolutely.
um, as well
Awesome.
to
I just did too,
assist.
Wayne. I just did the same thing. I said, "Oh,
Yeah,
we have an angel coming home. Go get her,
yeah, yeah,
boys." And I
yeah, we
thought of
do.
Jerry Runk and I thought of Brian
Yeah,
and yeah, I just started
yeah,
thinking of our soul tribe and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So there we go, folks. And um, hers was a touching story. I didn't get into the deepness of it, Trina, but yeah,
We were,
it
Wayne,
was.
I worked in a group home and that was my situation with my
Mm,
kids. They were literally removed because they were almost killed. So
yeah,
it took that much to get them out, So
yeah,
yeah, I completely understand the depth of what you're discussing. And with an illness, I just think this is the ultimate power. It's like this is a powerful thing that she's healed and she knows, and she's ready, and that's
Yeah,
powerful, powerful, powerful.
very powerful.
Yeah.
She was homeless, and yeah, it's so again.
Happens. My kids were all runners. They called them runners. Yeah, it's part of it. And like I said, she realized that everything in her life was because of what she experienced and what she saw. And now she knows she can choose to see from a different place, and she's putting herself back together on a
Yeah,
soul level. And I can see it, and it's
it's
beautiful.
far out.
Yeah, it's
It
beautiful. What an
is.
accomplishment. Yeah.
And thank everyone here. I mean, this group of remarkable spirit beings, you share in this as well. I was in meditating, and my spirit guide was talking and says, there comes a point in the spirit realm, the ethereal realm,
Mhm.
where one has so much of something. Um, Oddly enough, a couple of days ago, we were having a discussion. And do you know, Trina, that wealth does play a very important role in the life we're about to go into?
Mhm. Yeah.
The spirit guy that was telling me was saying, in your studies, Wayne, what did you study? Are there hierarchies in the spirit realm? Well, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
If there are hierarchies, that is position of power
Mhm.
and wealth.
Yes.
Now, wealth may not be what we consider as gold and silver, but
Right.
wealth no less. Did
Yeah.
not the master say in the scriptures, do not store your treasures here on earth, but store them in heaven, where
Yeah.
neither thief nor moth nor rust can get to them?
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so right there is saying, hey, folks, yeah, there is we can talk fourth density, five densities, seven densities, whatever, but the fact is, it does carry over. Anyway, the
Yes.
conversation, Trina, and I'll wrap, said to this is what the spirit being was telling me. There are those who have so much reward, favor, that is already saturating their what we would call the essence, your life force.
Yes, you're magnetizing that which you are
Thank you.
through and through, and it's manifesting in the physical plane and the spiritual plane. You're bringing heaven to earth.
That's exactly what was said.
It's what it is. It's what you're doing. It's
Would
beautiful.
you get out of my head, man?
As I said, the universal smarty pants that's connected to us all is
There
really
she
smart.
goes.
And yes, and when we're in alignment with that universal brilliance, we hear the same information.
Yeah, it is. And I
Powerful.
mean, that's exactly what was actually, and the fluidity of the conversations
Yeah.
in my meditating now are becoming very transparent,
Yeah.
very interactive. Does that make
See, Wayne,
sense?
that's what I did when I was a little girl. I could just hear and see, and it was so natural. And I've been working my whole life to keep it, and it gets harder as you get older and harder and harder. But it's just, you do have this in you, and we hear and we see, and it's a natural gift we all have.
Yes.
And it's powerful. And like I said, tomorrow, as she's leaving, all of us just wrap her in love and gratitude
Yeah.
for experiencing some of the hardest stuff that this planet you can sign up for. She is a warrior. Look at the contract. It's validated instantly when you look at the contract.
I
She's
told her
a
that when
warrior spirit. And that kind of strength and that kind of sacrifice for us as a human, you have no idea what that is. It's huge. So gratitude. Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank you. Thank
thank you, Carla. And
you.
folks,
Yes.
just
Yes.
stop a second and just surround her. I mean,
Yeah. Thank
you
you.
know, she chose the very moment. And I just want to say this about people. I think it should be given us an option. I really do.
I do
Listen,
too.
thank you. Thank you, Trina.
I do too.
To
I do.
me, we may have been forced in here, we may have come voluntarily, whatever. But you know what? If you know the eventuality, if you
Yeah.
know what the cards are already,
Yeah. But
then take
especially too,
sovereignty.
like people who have really bad brain cancers and stuff, they lose their whole body before they die. And it's such a hard thing. And there's just certain things that are very, very difficult, especially with cognitive. It's like certain people, if they had the ability, if they knew that this was how it was going to result, that they would have a window of time and say, hey, you know, this is when I want this to stop. I don't want my family to suffer, because the body can continue on for a while after everything is wrecked. So
Yeah,
I see so many reasons for this beautiful option as a human being, as a choice,
I think
as
it's
a
very
human being.
humane.
Yeah, you know, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. There's no getting out of it. So, you know, with those circumstances, I think an option is a beautiful gift.
I agree. I have a person I know who's literally wasting away because of Parkinson.
Yeah, and they can't do anything about it.
And in here, they're whole.
Yes,
They're,
absolutely.
they are. It's and
Yeah.
you just go, wow. So Carla, we love you. We'll see you on the other side. We expect you to join Brian, and you know, you're an inside member now. So we love you, and we surround you with favor, protection, and shine on, you crazy diamond. All right, folks.
Did your phone just ring?
I don't know why.
No, I've got electrical
I'm
things. It's
telling you,
energy.
yes,
I'm
it
telling you,
did.
it's zapping my house and zapping my technology. The energy's off the hook.
Yeah.
It
When you
really,
told me your cell phone was doing the crazy screen things,
it just did right now. YouTube opened on its own and started playing a video.
so you know what's happening? That's
What?
ET.
I'm telling you, it's wow. It's been
There
like,
is a meter that we need to get for you so you can begin, but you are right now that you know how we know this?
no, how?
Okay. So History Channel, they
Mm-hmm.
had this series called Skinwalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a great physicist. He's been on many different shows, but he went up there at the request of this billionaire who bought the ranch from Bigelow,
Okay.
Robert Bigelow, the guy who's building his own space station, his habitats anyway. Um, so they're Mormon, and they asked this physicist guy come up here to do studies.
Yeah.
So when I bet you right now above you, if you went out, you'd probably see a UFO above you.
I
I
think
have
so.
no,
Something's going on. I'm telling
yep.
you, something's going on.
So
Straight up.
they
Something.
were out there tracking a UFO, and when they saw it, their phones all started going crazy.
Yeah, all
Programs.
multiple
Yeah.
windows are opening
Yep.
from
Yep.
different.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep. Yep.
it's
Yep. Yep. Yep.
insane.
Yep. Yep.
Yes,
There we
I mean,
go.
and it is happening every time, especially when I'm live with you.
Someone wrote me and said, and I took it in the way that they were being kind, but they said you're being watched, they said by watched, and I said,
Hmm.
well, they're always invited to come on live.
Hmm. Yep.
They are. I mean, we don't have anything, so
Yeah.
all right. Well, Trina, if they beam you out, we'll know.
Absolutely. You just make sure to tell them to bring me back, because I want to be able to
All right.
testify
So, what is
and
the
witness.
card?
Yeah, I want to be a witness. You know, I'm here to witness. I know that's one of my jobs, is witnessing and anchoring energy. So I was always told that when I was young. They're like, witness and anchor energy. It's like, okay.
Can I get a witness?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you
Okay.
know what?
What?
When you witness things, it makes it more real in the matrix. It
Yeah.
solidifies it somehow. Yeah, it's a powerful tool. Yeah.
That book I mentioned yesterday, and we're going to get the author on. Um, these people actually believe, folks, in multi dimensions.
Oh yeah.
And I can tell you, they have no soul. It's firm confirmation. They know that. They're not like us.
Nope.
And the hidden hands, I want to talk a little bit about that too, Trina, because Lynn and I were discussing this at length last night. And it's quite amazing what this knowledge bomb is taking place. But before we get there, I want to show you some cards.
Yeah.
She really liked these, folks. So
Powerful.
they are very, very powerful. So they are called the Black Oracle and Prism cards, the Black Prism Oracle. So, Trina, these are powerful, powerful cards. Let me just show you some. And I thought we might just do a quick reading. Here is one. And I just like you to kind of just give what your psychic impression is, and I think there's 20 of them, folks. So we'll 15. I don't know. We'll see.
See the spiral in the horn? It's like the creation coming straight out of the mind. It's like the gate, the initiator, the opening, the ram. It's
the
Aries.
ram. Yeah.
That's Aries. Yeah, that's Aries.
This is Luna.
Oh, geez. And look at the matrix. Look at oh my gosh. Yes, powerful.
And if you look at that sigil, it almost becomes Lilith.
Absolutely, because she is the moon.
Yes. Exactly. Thank you, Trina. See, this is why I wanted your commentary on these. Here, this one is called Cranium.
Oh gosh, infinite wisdom, power, third eye.
Look at that third eye. No,
yeah.
I mean, whoa.
Yeah, that's powerful. And look at the way the 3 go into the 1, straight into the brain. That's potent. And then it hooks around and goes into the mouth, so I can speak it. Creation.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
I speak. I think that I speak, therefore I create. Yeah, that's creation.
This is called serpents.
That one blew me away, and I just Fucus, the 13, the hidden. It's just I see a lot in that creation again.
And look at the head of the snake. You have the Ankh.
Yes, because the spiral, the energy. I'm telling you, our spinal energy is serpent.
Yes, and look at the tortle field.
It's the spine. That's the spine.
Yeah, it is. This one is called, as he says, let me look at the instructions. And yeah, I mean, and I got my eyes on the road a little bit. This is called Arrow. No. Is that correct? Oh, I see. Yeah. This is called Sickle.
Yeah. Sickle. I love it.
Isn't that Orion?
Am
I right, or is that the Pleiades? It's one of them. But look what's on the handle.
I think it might actually be I don't know.
I don't know either, but you know what it's representative of?
What?
The sickle represents prosperity, growth, and harvest. Mm-hmm. And with all in to find balance, it also, in the reverse, means toil.
Yeah, I keep thinking September.
This is called Manus.
That one blows my mind, because look at what we have in our hands. Yes. It's showing you the wisdom inside of the palm of your hand. You have connection to the moon, the stars, all the constellations right in your hands.
And look what it's giving us, the sign. And you know, we're reading the hidden hand right now. Look at that. Yeah. It's giving the sign.
Meditation of Om. Yeah.
Yes. What I was doing in the shower.
Yes.
I love meditating like that. This one is called the Sagat. Let me make sure of this, number 10. Oh, meaning the arrow.
That is powerful. Look at that. 2 interlocked triangles. And that's power. Like you whatever you aim for, you get it. That's what I see in that.
And that I don't know about you, but that just, it strikes me as a warrior power,
That's what I mean. Whatever you aim for, you get it. There's no stopping this drive. It's done.
And that be a fact, Jack. So this one is called, as he looks at this, the dagger.
Ooh.
I like this one.
Oh, that is so gorgeous.
Look at the
Oh,
head,
wow.
the handle.
The tiger,
Yeah.
zebra.
And then look at the sigil in.
Yeah, that's profound. Wow.
It's wild.
Very interesting.
These
Wow.
they just blow my eye. It's just quite, this is called the prism, I believe, is, yes. Oh, this one blows me away.
Ooh, look at that.
That's just freaking wild, isn't it?
Those symbols are so powerful. They're
Look at the
definitely,
triangle that, I mean, whoever, the guy that put these together, he
he's
is
been on the
connecting.
ships. He's been
All
on the
right.
ships. He can
I think
see
he
the
has.
writing on the ships. That is writings on the ship. He's
That's
been
all
on
I
the
can
ship.
say.
Straight up. That ship
This
writing.
one is called, give me a second, the crown.
Oh,
Boy, folks, wait till you see this one.
Corona.
Corona, baby.
The crown.
Look at that. Look at the
And
crown.
it's a see. I see. When our third eye opens, we see. I see. Wow, that is so
Isn't it
beautiful.
wild?
Beautiful.
This one is number 13, is called the vessel. Wait till you see this one. It's very interesting.
Wow.
So it looks like it has a crown, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's so weird. And you look at the eye. Look at the symbols right there on the beak.
It's unbelievable.
Isn't that, I think when I saw
That's
this, it almost looks,
Neptune. That's Neptune. I can see Neptune in there. Symbol of Neptune. It's amazing.
it's almost
These are deep.
Enochian.
Yeah, these are deep into the subconscious with symbology. I mean, there's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on. And,
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
this group can handle it. Y'all are going to
Yeah.
love this one. This one is self-explanatory without even have to say what it is.
Oh gosh, yeah. Wow.
This is the eye. Weird.
Wow.
I wonder what's in the eye. Oh, there is. There's something else in there.
Think another eye.
It may be.
A triangle and another triangle inside the eye, which goes into another dimension, into the other. Oh, wow. That is super cool.
This one
I think that's what I was seeing.
I think you're right. I'm going to get under the microscope.
Yeah, I think there's another eye, a triangle inside the triangle. Oh, wow.
This is the heart.
I was going to say, oh my goodness, that is powerful.
Look at that.
Wayne, I drew that symbol.
Which symbol, hon?
The cross with the moon and the sun thing. I
Oh,
drew
yeah.
that symbol, and they that was the symbol that they kept showing me with the child's prophecy. When the child's prophecy was coming out, I started writing that symbol, and I didn't know why it came out, and that was the symbol attached to the message, and it's on the heart, and I've never seen it before, ever.
Yeah.
And it's on that heart. That's exactly what I drew.
How interesting. These sigils.
If anybody knows what that means, please let me know what that means.
Let's see. I'll tell you. Oh, I don't know what the heart here shows love, yearning, courage, and the reverse is anguish.
Yeah.
You're going to experience, this one is really interesting. This one is called the key.
Oh, wow. And it's in a cube.
It is.
Yeah. It's the foundation of the cube, but it's not completed. You see
Price,
how it's
if you're looking at that, that is some of your work.
Yep.
And then look at the triangle in there again.
I was going to say, I see another triangle inside that key. And the symbols again. Wow. These are powerful cards, Wayne. Powerful cards.
This one is the crow.
Ooh,
And look what's in its beak.
triangle
A
coin.
triangle.
Showing it goes all the way to the next dimension. Wow.
Wild cards, aren't they, huh?
Showing you too that the crow is multidimensional. I bet you the crow can jump dimensions.
Ooh, I
Wonder if
had
that's
never
why
thought about that.
the wizards always had the owls and the crows. I bet you they're not only in this plane can they deliver, I bet you they can do it in the next.
You know, it's and
Wow.
Edgar Allan Poe always had the crow in
Yeah.
his
So I'm
stories,
telling you, there's something to this. And that card just opened up a whole new layer of information for me about that. That's crazy, Wayne. It's a portal. I see it as a portal.
Crystal says she's a raven. I can see that, Crystal. I can
Yes.
absolutely see that. Yeah.
Portal.
So I just thought we might pull a card and let's just see. So I won't. Oh, I don't know. What do you think, Trina? Just
I think
anyone?
just go until you feel the energy. Pull your fingers right to
Okay.
it.
All right. Let's
Feel
see.
it. Oh,
Yeah. So I was doing readings on myself last night because I wanted to check them out. You know, I got my vibration into them and what have you. Okay. This was the first card I pulled for myself. This is the first card I'm pulling for the group.
the
And it
sickle. Oh
is
my
the
God.
sickle.
Oh, prosperity, harvest.
Growth and a little toil to go along with it,
And
folks.
look at that. You started the show with showing us Brian's garden.
I'm telling you,
Wow.
that's speaking to us, Trina.
Absolutely. It's like there's going to be a little toil, but guys, Brian's been saying that it's time to plant your gardens, guys.
Wow.
He's been telling us this. He is talking to us right through this. It's amazing. Yeah.
You know, and I got to tell you, I don't typically use the cards. You know, I can do it, but
Right.
yeah, Darth says, yes, nice pull. Listen, y'all saw me do it live. I didn't know what was there, but I came across these and it was like immediately I heard this thing, you need to buy those.
Yep.
There were only like three left, three of them. And wow, since I've gotten them, they're powerful. I'm just going to tell you. And what are they? Again, maybe you can find them. Ecstasy is where I got them. Is that how you say it, Trina? Etsy?
Etsy. Etsy,
Etsy.
I guess. That's
Yeah.
what the
So
kids tell me, anyways.
okay. Well, this is the Black Prism Oracle. Powerful cards. Powerful cards.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
I want to get Brian Lunsford on with us, and because him and
Absolutely.
Brian,
Absolutely.
I loved it when they were pulling those cards. I mean,
Me
the
too.
reading.
Everybody loved it. It was so wonderful. It was a really good time. It was wonderful.
Well, this is where we put what we actually teach into action. I believe we can channel.
I know we can. I've done it.
Isn't that what prayer is?
It is. And when you're
Okay.
talking in tongue, that's a form of channeling because it's coming from a different dimension and it's coming through your oversoul, but it's a different frequency that's not always available here. So that is a form of channeling. We channel when we write, we channel when we daydream. We do it a lot. It's
We
just
do it a lot.
levels. Yeah. Mhm.
I didn't know, when of course, when I was in the practicing religion, we called it, the infilling of the Holy Spirit, the baptism of the Holy Spirit with the evidence of speaking in tongues.
Yes.
And, I come from that Pentecostal,
Ah,
whole background. And so
yeah.
it wasn't until after I started awakening, because I shied away from it, there for a while, because I really thought, well, that was of there. No, come to find out, like you said, all I was doing and others are channeling.
Yeah, and but Wayne, when the child showed me the prophecy and she showed me in the book that it was a picture Bible, and she
Mhm.
showed pictures and it's all done in cartoon, and they had fire shooting out of their heads, and then she said that there would be certain ones that would be able to speak with the fire, and the fire would come out of their mouth and out of their head, and they would heal. anybody they spoke to through this fire tongue, and they would prophesize and they would speak the future, and she spoke about that. And I was like, whoa. And when I heard you speaking like that, I was like, oh my God, that's it.
Yeah.
It,
And
it.
again, and again, I go back to what Brenda was telling us, Brian's mom, of what
Oh,
happened to, and I think it was her husband's sister. I could get
yeah.
maybe the genealogy wrong on there, but the woman come in, spoke in tongues, and then looked over and said, "He's with God. He's
Yeah.
fine. He made
Yeah.
it."
He
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah. It's like far out.
It is so, I
I mean,
mean, you can't,
high five, Brian, you know?
you know what? And Brian, because of our spiritual stuff, it's like this is such confirmation that this stuff is real, because it's hitting his family, it's hitting us. It's like it's manifesting, and it's proving that we are so much more than just our physical existence, that we are beyond that, and we are eternal beings. We
Listen, I
can,
think between, David Barry, there's a lot of wizards here,
yeah,
a lot of witches, a
yeah,
lot of empaths, a lot
yeah,
of seers. We have opened up a portal. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
I don't know how else to say it.
And it was so funny because I was like just missing Brian. So I was listening to his video when we were doing the book reading, and it was talking about how when people think of the same thing at the same time, it hits an exponential creation manifestation. So like when 10 of us are focusing together, and like when we were doing the ceremony for Brian, there was like 11 of us there pretty consistently, and all of us were focusing on the same thing and sending love and gratitude, and feeling emotions and connecting with the group and the tribe. And it was just a balm of love. And when there's that many people coming together, when it hits the matrix, it multiplies by like exponentially, like to the 10th to the 12th powers. And it's like a
Franny says it's a natural stargate. I would agree with that.
yes. So
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
are when we come together in a common purpose, a common love, we are literally going to change the world, because it has no option.
Yeah, I
So
think we're doing it right now.
we
I don't
are.
know. And I'm watching now where I'm watching the chat room as it's going through, but I've got to tell you, something's changed in my meditation. It's getting interesting. And the
Mhm.
thought came with Brian because we were close to Brian. There
Yeah.
was this it
You got a phone number to him through your heart
yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah,
love
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I say. That's why they say love is eternal.
yeah,
You now know his frequency.
yeah,
You hold it in
exactly.
your heart, and you can connect to him now anytime you want, because when you think of him and you feel him, you're calling him on the phone.
Yeah. I think I got a busy signal. I think
Yeah,
he's
me
really
too, a couple
busy.
times. Yeah, he's been busy.
I think he really is. It's like, hey, dude, man, it's like, hey, I ain't got time. I'm telling you, and I bet that's what it is. I really do.
Yes, yes.
It,
And I do believe it when you say he's busy. I believe that with every ounce of my being. He
yeah,
is super, super busy.
I'll share this with everyone. I got this morning early. It was about 3:03 in the morning, and I heard this very distinctly, and I heard in my spirit being, Wayne, you were right. We are a tribe. When you get up here, you will see we are a tribe.
Yes. I've seen that, and I so believe it. And I love confirmation of what your heart has seen. Because when I
See, the
saw,
bells are ringing. They know, folks, the bells are ringing.
I literally saw like flowers of life, pods,
Mm-hmm.
petals, and those petals were like, it's like a lotus flower, and all these flowers are the soul tribes. And then
Yeah.
I literally had a vision of Brian giving me a lotus flower, and he placed it in my heart, and I gave him a diamond to represent the light that he now is, and all the colors and the brilliance. It was so fast. It was just a flash, but it was potent.
I believe it. I believe it. When I was writing and I said, let your light shine bright, and I hadn't thought about that, but sign is actually probably more accurate than shine.
Yeah, because you're the sine wave.
Exactly.
Yeah, the sine
Yeah.
wave, the
Yeah.
wave of creation. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, my crazy phone. See?
Yeah. I'm just seeing that. Hey, y'all are more than welcome to come down and join us. I mean, you don't have to be doing that. So how are y'all in the chat room? How's everything going? Thank you for joining us. As Trina, listen, you see, she just left and here I am. Wow. Okay. I'll look for her because she will return. Red Honey 9. Hi, Wayne. One comes to mind. I want to get the rock and roll prophecies. Vicky Vale. Okay. Hey, Cass, how you doing, dear? Good to see you. She'll be joining us back. Wild things are happening. So this is what we do here. There she is. Give me 1 second, folks. And we will have Miss Trina back as I go back over here to the controls. And there she is. And there, one, a two, a 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da.
I'm back.
She's back. I told you.
Literally, it's crazy train happening. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to fix this because it's really weird. So we need to tell ET, stop. You're messing with my tech here. Bad.
Yeah. So have you had any kind of strange lucid dreams or?
Like I said, I had that vision of Brian and I, and it was like we were like on a different planet. It was really beautiful.
I have no doubt of that.
I kept seeing a picture that Bridget drew. And Bridget drew this painting and she sent it to Brian, telling Brian to send it to me. And it's the last picture he ever sent me. And it's a picture of a guy and a girl, and they're in like up in space, and you can see the moon's real big, but there's crystals, and it's on, and there's a boy, and they're like kissing each other, like love you. And I literally kept seeing that vision all day yesterday. And then I laid down and I meditated, and I woke up, and I literally had that flash, and it was like on a different planet, and it was Brian and I, and he handed me a lotus, and it went into my heart, and I handed him a diamond, and then it was poof, it was gone. It was instant, but it was so amazing and powerful and lucid and fast, but real. Potent.
You know, when you were saying that, Trina, I'll just be very straightforward. We've all seen I Pet Goat 2.
Yes.
Brian and I loved that. We talked a lot about that when it first came out. And remember the scene of the Christ that was carrying the lotus flower?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, he handed me a lotus flower.
Wow.
And I handed him a diamond.
Wow.
A big diamond, like it was sparkly and light was flying out of it. And I gave him this big diamond. He gave me this living lotus flower, and it like went into my heart, and I gave him it was, and then it was just like, boom, I was out. It was just.
Has anyone else had any kind of thinking that I'm just looking into the chat room? There's a lot of people in the chat room. Anything that y'all have gotten from anything you think that Brian has talked to you? I mean, I
got
have
one
sensed
other
it.
thing too.
What?
Because I always wondered why Brian never had like kids, and it was so funny. It was like, I was like thinking about this family, and I literally heard him come in, and he was like, that's why I didn't have children, because I was supposed to create an entire global family. And look, it's here. And he was talking about this family. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. He's like, I couldn't have done what I had to do if I had a different path. So I chose this so I could create this outcome. And it was just mind-blowing, like mind-blowing.
Interesting. I'm just reading some of the comments here. I wear a lotus pendant,
So
Merritt says.
Yeah.
Darth says, nope, meeting with just the council. I've had a few of those lately.
Yeah.
Yes, Pure Love Ascension says yes. I spoke to him yesterday. Very cool.
Yay.
Deep Thoughts says when I think of Brian, I get a stillness and an inner peace. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. Love his music videos. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when you listen to his music videos, you connect with him. David
Yes.
Barry says, I keep saying Chickachaw, never done that before.
Ah, yeah. I
Well,
can't do it as good as he does. Ah, yeah. Yeah.
no, that's far out, David. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool. Hey, Paul P, how you doing? Michelle says, I hear him say, oh, that's going back, so I'm gonna have to go back up here. She says, I hear him say, this is so freaking cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Hmm.
Um, Robert V says, I'm waiting to hear something. Well,
You will.
you will. Kaz says, I spoke with Brian with the pendulum and chart. Excellent. He had met my mom and said how lovely. Oh, now, Kaz, you're going to get me to crying again. Come on now. Oh, now that is beautiful, dear.
I
That
love it.
is beautiful. Kaz, we ought to get you on with Trina and I. I think that would be a fun
Yeah. I
conversation.
would love it.
All right. And the same thing with Crystal. We met so many wonderful people, Trina, over the weekend. A lot of these were Brian's grouping, and they're just like us.
Oh,
Same frequency, same
yeah.
vibe. Yeah.
Yes. And David Barry, he's profound.
Love David Barry. He's
Oh,
one of our master wizards in here.
he is an anchor. Yeah, he is
Yeah, he
like a
is.
foundational staple in this whole situation.
I agree. Let's
Julianne,
see.
we're meeting some potent people, Wayne, Julianne. It's like, it's unbelievable. We're all
Yeah.
finding each other through this platform. And guys, it's so powerful and beautiful. And we wanted this to happen. We really
Um,
did.
Deborah Truex says, I saw Brian clearing a spot with his presence. Calmness spreads and clears the chaos in circular ripples. Yes, dear. Spot on.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
oh, there's just so many people. I mean, this is just wonderful. Aurora Rain says, the night I found out I was thinking of him at around 3 a.m., and a bird came up to my window and sang, no birds were awake at 3 a.m.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
That
you
is,
had one noisy bird, Brian.
yep,
Love
absolutely.
that dude. Uh,
Wayne, I was calling his phone when the paramedics were there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was like, I knew. Yeah, he was telling me. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. He was literally speaking to me.
We're reading the Hidden Hands book, and it's always interesting. The question is, we titled this one, "Who are you?" And in that book, I mean, when Lynn looks at me and she says, "Well, that damn thing makes sense, doesn't it?" And so, if we take the setting, you have apparently the white chessboard players who are Yahweh star seeds, and apparently you got the black, which is really the light, but which are the Lucifer soul, super. What are they? It escapes. You said it a minute ago. Soul
Yeah,
group. Soul group.
yeah, yeah.
Soul
They're
group.
just
Yeah.
different soul groups. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Mhm.
interesting when you ponder the question. So the key to all this is to get the star seeds to be 51% positive, but you have to have the soul group to be 95% negative.
Mhm.
And when we
But I
hit that,
literally see. I think you can see the soul group of the true negative polarity. They're so easy to identify because they really are soulless in their hardcore. They really are. So you can totally identify them. But I think there's some of us. that are part of Luciferian soul group, because like within every soul group is every polarity of that expression. So
Yeah.
you're going to have Luciferians that are, they're people that are called the agitators of the world because they're the Luciferian. They bring forth the light. And the way that the light usually comes in through this is through some type of shock and awe. They'll, they show you things you don't want to see. They might stir an awakening up in your life. They serve a purpose and then they're gone. These are the light bearers coming in with the positive polarity, but they're still serving the same function as disruption tower moments. So we can break you down to rebuild you without error.
Mm.
It's a stimulus. It needs to be present. It's an activator. It's like air and fire. It needs to stir stuff up so it can transmute and heal. So you have both polarities. You've got it both. You've got the darkest, and then you've got the activator, which is a positive polarity in its function, but it's still serving the negative pole of the soul group of the Luciferian. Yeah, it's all groups. I see groups and layers, and there's matrices of code within each one, and you all come from a big one, and then it goes down into the pods, the soul flower groups, and then it goes out from there fractal. It's so crazy to try to put into words what they showed me, the layers of our soul and the potency of it. Yeah, we're big.
The interesting thing about this catalyst, because when you read the end of the book, and we'll do that tomorrow, is that it's very interesting, because this is what it's saying, is that if you're of this starseed group, you have the tendency to become complacent very easily, by the way. Whereas if you're of this soul group, which we call the Luciferians, they are the light bearers, they are the agitators that stimulate the creators to begin to create, to move, to grow.
Right. And this is like, it's so crazy because people don't want to like look at this, but this would be like the perfect showing you that Jesus truly is the light bearer. This is what he was. And they killed him because he was such a shit disturber, because that was his job. His job was to show you, don't buy into this, wake up, know what your power is, awaken the Christ within you. My Father and I are one. Don't you get it? The same thing's going on with you. If you can only believe, he was causing problems with the Romans, and that usually, and that's exactly what happens. People who are walking this planet, multiple, that were gifted with their own awakening. Just like you, Wayne, you can do magical, beautiful things. It's like we've seen this stuff for real. This is what we're all supposed to start doing. We're supposed to awaken these gifts inside of us and start acting like the Christed beings that we were literally created to be.
You know what I like about this group, Trina, that we have? This is a group that takes responsibility. That's a key aspect.
And if you don't, and you do this work, the consequences are not going to be pretty. Holy macaroni. Whoa.
I love it. It is true.
Oh, yeah.
What I see as a common denominator is that many of us have had very rough beginnings, childhoods, early adulthoods, where, it was very difficult. And yet, I think about my point where the abuse, almost got me killed. But the thing was, I didn't turn to hate. I turned to forgiveness.
You're a master, Wayne. Straight up. That's mastery. I don't know how you could do that at such a young age.
I don't either.
Mastery. Straight up mastery. Wow. See the bells.
It's them bells.
Oh, and they're going to chime 12 times on that one.
Bam, baby. We dropped the mic.
Yeah. Confirmation.
Oh, no, that's just funny. And, I see Brian is that same way. The remarkable spirits that we have here in our midst, these are truly the type of people that, well, we found each other.
Yeah, because I really think that what we're doing here is super important. I
Yeah, I
literally
believe it.
saw that the second coming of Christ would come through us, the people who do the work to meditate, to go inside, to connect with that which you truly are, which is above third dimension.
Mm.
That's the whole meaning of this, is to get you reconnected with what's actually driving you, which is your oversoul, your higher self. That's
Oversoul. I
what it is.
love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a
So
word, oversoul, because
it's
we use the term
oversoul.
overlord,
No, yeah, it's
oversoul.
over soul, and it's
Wow.
your soul imprint. It's your template.
Wow.
It's your over soul. It's over your soul. It manifested.
That is, wow, folks. You see, that was worth staying the whole show for. That's beautiful, though. I like
Mhm.
that because it implies that there is the soul that is superior. The higher shelf is like Julianne Payne is saying, yes,
The
boom.
eternal self. That's the one that you can't touch that thing. It is bulletproof,
I love
baby.
it. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's what we're doing here. I think every one of us here are here on a mission. I went in kind of deep and I wanted to get a feel for what I see for my future.
Huh?
And it's really interesting that what I saw was a field and it was green.
Mhm.
It was not yet ready to harvest.
Yep.
So that implies to me that there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, and that means too that we're planting. We're
Oh,
we're we're putting it's planting and it's growing and it was a big field. That means it's going to be big in size.
maybe I
Yeah,
was seeing Brian's garden.
true that. And
I mean,
look at what
really?
it's turned.
Yeah.
Yeah, now look
Yeah.
at what
Think
it looks
about that.
like.
Yeah.
It's so ready for harvest and beautiful
Yeah. Getting
and it
ready.
wasn't. When it started, it was an open field. And they did all of that and made that beautiful garden. And now it's
Mm, mm,
thriving.
mm.
Brian told me to tell mom I'll tend to the garden. And he did tell me that like 2 days ago. I swear I heard that in my head. Tell mom I'll tend to the garden. And then she called me this morning. She's like, I don't know what's happened to the garden. It just got doubled in size. I said, Brian said he was going to tend to the garden. I'm like, you can't make this stuff up. It's so completely like,
Oh,
it's not like we're having full blown conversations, but I just get a thought
that's how it
and I
is.
hear, and then it's like his mom will call me the next day and say, you wouldn't believe what happened in the garden. I'm like, he just told me, tell mom I'm going to tend to the garden. This is so crazy. It's beautiful, beautiful, crazy confirmation of spirit and things we cannot see being as real as the air we're breathing.
While you were saying that, I got this thing in within me. So it takes time, folks, to learn how to communicate over there
Yeah.
because we're used to this.
Yeah.
We know it comes from here, but yeah.
That's what I was telling Brenda this morning. I says, pay attention. Brian's going to be speaking to you all the time in a multitude of ways. But the energy of creation and spirit is very subtle. So you really have to learn how to pay attention and trust what you're receiving and know the difference between interference and real loving, honest discernment and communication with your spiritual family and ancestors and all
Yeah.
of it. But yeah, you got to just use
Yeah.
discernment, see what it makes you feel. What are the things? What is it communicating to you? Is it positive or is it negative? Negatives, kick them out. Get out of my head because we are literally antennas. And the more we start to tune in, the more information you're going to start to pick up. So this is when you have to learn discernment and know.
You're actually leading into tomorrow's lesson because in the book, those of you who've read it, it's a wonderful read. You find out we now have been tasked with the responsibility, challenge, and whatever, that when a negative thought comes in about an individual or yourself,
Mhm.
you're now kind of being watched because how are you going to master that? Are you going to transmute that negative thought over into a positive? Most people, Trina, have a very difficult time seeing themselves as rich because to them, that
Yep.
has connotations of materialism. But folks, go
You
ahead,
can
Trina.
You can still get the same accomplishment, and you can go at it through a different way, so you can start to get the foundation of belief, because the only thing that's blocking it is lack of belief in it, because you've never experienced it. So create the abundance in smiles. Create the abundance in a free cup of coffee. Create the abundance in small ways, and then build upon your garden. And it
When
will
I didn't
eventually
have,
get you
go
there.
ahead, hon.
It says it eventually, yeah, it'll
Yeah.
do it.
When I didn't have, folks that, you gain things, but you also lose things. And in my lifetime, that's happened. And there was a time when I didn't have 2 nickels, but you know what I did have? I had a lawnmower, and I started mowing my neighbor's yard. Now, I did it as a seed of faith, planting for what I knew my monetary needs were going to be, because my time is the most valuable asset that I own.
Absolutely.
If I sow my time into you, Trina, to increase your prosperity, and prosperity means in all things health,
Yes.
mind, wealth,
Yes.
then I'm sowing a seed that will come back to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like I said, when everybody's doing their part, man, the
Woo.
cooperation is like the highest manifestation resonant field available for us as human beings, other than absolute love. But cooperation is this power, because like I said, when we all think the same, oh man, it is snap, it's done. The universe doesn't have an option. We literally are this powerful. It's so amazing. And they always tell me, when are you guys going to truly really get it, that you are so powerful, literally the gods of the impossible? This is what we're capable of.
Loretta, I got to say, you, my dear, are an advanced student. Loretta says, again, I say, the rich see money as energy. If you need or want money, draw upon that energy. My goodness, woman, that is something I have been teaching for a long time, but people don't see it. They see it as, you know, this. This
Yes.
is not money. Get that
No.
out of your head. This is not money.
Nope.
It's anything but.
Yep.
But you know what I can do, Trina? I can take this, and in a ritual, I can withhold this money within the aura of my energy field, and I can begin to transmute it, because here's this. I'm drawing upon that energy, and I have to be a conduit, not a repellent.
Yes.
And so many people have this energy that repels it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Especially too, because a lot of people now understand the symbology on it and all this stuff. We need to look at it is that's just a means of an energy measurement source. And whatever you send out and create should be returned back to you by the law of cause and effect. So
If
the
it's
only thing
not,
that stops it is your doubt in it. So we have to believe in ourselves. This is where I see people go wrong. They can get the vision and they can think about it, but they can't feel it like it's real. That's where they get stuck. They literally can't feel it. And that is the toughest part, but you got to actually feel it like you already hold it. And you got to resonate that vibration out of your Torah to the universal construct, and it will bring it forth and bring it return to you, unless you do not stop it with your doubt, or not being patient to wait for it, not trusting how it comes in. It's like the story about the guy who was with, oh, God will save me. And I send him a boat. He says, oh, I'm not worried. God will save me. He sends him this. Like, oh, no, God will save me. And then he drowns. And then he goes to heaven. Like, I sent you a boat. I sent you, come
what
on.
else the hell do you want me to do, man?
Right.
Get
Yeah.
you in here?
Two-way situation.
Twisted Isby said, I'd like to have a copy of that spell. Well, yeah, I guess I can actually just, yeah, I can do that. I'm hesitant in this because, no, that'll be for another show.
Yeah, it's a big topic, huh?
It is a big topic.
Yes, it is.
Well, all right, Miss Trina, we really went over, but wow, what a What a time.
Oh,
Wow.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
much favor. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm, mm.
Been a remarkable week, I have to say.
It really has.
Yeah. Folks, I'll just remind you again tonight. Go over to the link. It's already in the description box. Um, link. I understand you're supposed to try to get link onto it at 6:55 East Coast time, and you'll be a part of the whole service. And remember, you're watching. This is Brian's family, his genealogy family.
Yeah.
So yeah, be
Yeah.
respectful and just wish them well, all of
Yes.
them. Yeah,
Yes.
they loved him. We loved him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we love you. You love
Yes.
us.
Yes. It's our family.
And now I'm hearing the group Mercy. Love will make you happy if
Yes.
you find some. Anyway, so there we go.
Love it.
Folks, we do love you indeed. Y'all are the best, and thank you for joining us. And yeah, Trini, we'll have to maybe think about doing. I don't think people have anywhere to go now on Friday or Saturday or Sundays. I
No,
mean,
I'm thinking about maybe trying to
you should.
carry this forward. It's on my soul heavily, and I think I want to have it as a group thing with Robert and Kent and
Excellent,
so some of our
excellent.
main soul tribe to kind of maybe have a group thing where we can manage and bring more people together and keep expanding the soul tribe,
Love it,
keep
love it.
exploring what Brian
Yes.
loved, which is what you're doing and what I'm doing. We're all reading information that awakens and helps you remember your soul's purpose and journey and power. And this is what we're here to do.
That is fine. I'll listen. I'll support that. I think that is excellent. I think Brian would like that.
I think you would
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So we were thinking Milky
yeah.
Way Milky Way messengers and beyond.
Ooh, spot on. Absolutely spot on. All
Yeah,
right, folks, you got it. There you go.
we're
I
gonna work
mean,
on it, guys. So it won't
yeah.
be long, and we'll get it back together some way or another. We'll figure this out. Yeah.
Well, we'll do a kickoff show when y'all get it's I'm gathering it's going to be in the evening. So
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
y'all could come on like a Friday before you're going to do it, and we'll just kick it off and send you all off the right
That'd be
way.
Yeah. Brian would love it.
David
He
Castro said Brian would be pissed if we let this community dissolve. You
he
kidding
would.
me?
It would break his heart. It would
That
break
ain't
his
gonna
heart in a
happen.
million pieces. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can Brian's YouTube account be taken over for this? No, because no one knows his password.
Hmm.
And I think you would actually have to take a death certificate to get YouTube to release it to whoever his next of kin is. So,
Hmm.
all right, folks. Much love to you all. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Trina. When are you going live? Now you have your shows. When are they live, my dear?
I did my first live one ever. I just started to learn it because remember I told you my phone would not allow me,
Yeah.
and now it just does. It magically now just says go live. I'm like, funny how that works after 4 months of being eligible. But yeah, but everything I'm just learning it, and like I said, crazy busy with work, and then I haven't had like 4 days off in a row in probably 8 months, and literally when this happened was the first day of 4 days off in a row for me. So it's like I totally got support from the universe to process what was
Yeah.
happening in our reality, which is completely another sign that thanks, Brian. He knew I must have needed some time off for this one. So it's like I said, everything has been amazing and strange and hard, but yet again, I see such a powerful creation and a beautiful gift for things to come. And most of that will be because of what you guys have built.
Well, it was divine.
Yeah.
Before all of this started back in March of 2016, I was awakened by a audible voice. And
Mhm.
that audible voice told me, we are giving you a platform, build.
As the
Goes the
bells
lies
ring.
again. I mean, so what can I say?
We can't. It's like there's no words. There's just no
Boom.
words.
All right, folks.
Yeah.
We
We
love you
love
all.
you
We'll
all.
see you later. All right. Bye bye.